Hello. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to this little live stream for the Equinox. But I do feel as though it is we're a little bit late with that. I had wanted to do it earlier. I was unable to do this earlier. And so I then wanted to shift it into this energy of appreciation, which is extremely important right now. I've just gotten off my weekly masculine feminine reading over on Patreon, which is extremely interesting. I do feel like I want to start off by taking a few cards out just to get some messages and insight into what we need to know. What's been coming through to me recently and through these world events and circumstances and personal events and circumstances that have been going on recently, it's very much as though there is a receding, not receding as in something to go backwards, but receding as in to be receded, RESEEDED. And in order to do that, sometimes we need, in order for that to happen, it does need that some things are, the word is destroyed, but it's not actually it's not actually destruction, it's seeing. It's for us to see the things that are not working. That's the most important aspect of now, is to see. And the faster that we see what isn't working collectively, then the faster everything can be more easy, actually, less challenging. That's when the challenge will decrease, because this is about us reaching a new level of living. And it really is about living from a heart-centered, loving place. And in terms of the twin flame story, or people wanting to live in unconditional love in relationship, or higher love relationship, as I call it, it's extremely important that the world is conducive to love. But it's extremely important that we make the choices and the decisions now that are going to make the difference. The faster we can make the choices and decisions now that make the difference, that create a loving system, actually, practically, the quicker the difficulty can move. It's already done. It's completely already done, but the timing is up to us. And this really is always the way that it is with destiny, personal and collective. It's so always already done, but what makes the difference to our experience is the speed at which we experience the unfolding. And that's down to awareness. The more aware you can be of what is unfolding, the faster it can move through. Because life wants us to see. And right now, that is the biggest message. Life wants us to see what is happening. In that regard, it is extremely important that we do not pretend that everything is okay when it is not okay, if that is our experience. If your experience and your response to any set of circumstances is that it's fine, truly, then it is. But telling ourselves that it's good when it's not good is not going to work. So I want to talk a little bit about that. I'm shuffling the cards here, so we'll see what comes out in a minute. But I wanted to talk about what, like, law of attraction, manifesting, creation, visioning, all of those things in circumstances that we might not like, so to speak. It's not about denial. Denial is not a place whereby we can really create, because the stuff that we get to create with is life itself, is what is happening. So it's very important that what the clay of life, the gold of life, the stuff of life is what is happening. And our consciousness is aware of that, and we get to use that in order to create. So it's very important that in every single moment, we embrace our experience and our perspectives and what we are noticing and our responses. So if something happens and it seems awful and we don't like it, that's what we must just allow to move through. And there is a process right now which is very much about that happening. And so it's not about, so what I feel like sometimes people will do is try not to be negative, so to speak, in order that they will create what they want or how they want it to be in a more positive light. That's not how it works. It's about not resisting what is happening. It's about resistance. Because again, it's like destiny is played out. And I want everybody to know it's done. We've won, as in love. Love has won, because it cannot not. But as just came out in the Patreon session, which is shifting onto a completely different platform that I'm creating soon for a weekly perspective, what just came through was that there is a bit of a battle going on right now, right? And so it's almost like, the war is won, but the battle's still ongoing. And because it really is done, but there is still variables within how the war kind of occurs. And it's I don't know if war is the right word, but it's a battle of love. It's love over fear. That really is kind of what it is, but not in a basic way, not in a way that, people, again, like I said, it's not that we shouldn't be afraid. It's not that we shouldn't be fearful when fear is occurring. It's that we're afraid for a reason. We're being shown something for a reason, and we've got to look at what that is. And that is a personal journey for you and also a collective journey. It's extremely important right now that you focus on your personal journey, not the collective one. That's why we're all being kind of isolated, so to speak, in our own personal experiences and not necessarily sharing that with a lot of other people. We're kind of being forced into our own kind of retreats, personal retreats. And that is so that we understand that we must gain consciousness over our own experience before we start going out into the world and telling it what to do. This needs to be embraced. Your own personal experience. in your own personal way, not necessarily interacting with others in that. If you're quarantined or isolated with others, that's part of that experience too. But it's extremely important that this time is taken to look at your own personal experience. This is about awakening into a new world, I'm going to say. But you must also understand that the whole world is your perspective and your perception. So in order to be part of a global awakening, one must understand that that occurs within you, that you are the world. And so this is the beauty of what is occurring now in this awakening. I'm going to pull some cards. I do feel like this equinox energy is somewhat past, and but we are still, it has, I can feel it has somewhat passed. And again, it's done. It's here. The spring has sprung. The new chapter page has been turned. There's no going back now. It is into more and better. 100%. It's into more and better. But in that process, there may be some things that come up to be seen that we might not want to be seen. And it is, again, it's like a personal seeing and a global seeing on a global scale. And it is about us really returning to our hearts. Your heart that is connected to the one heart. And it really is an extremely beautiful thing. That does not mean that on the way, it isn't going to be exceedingly challenging at times, because that's the process of birth. And so, again, it's like this birthing analogy. There's pain involved, but it's not necessarily wrong, right? It's a birthing. I'm just going to pull a few cards. And then I'm going to move into an appreciation meditation, because I know this is the space that we're being invited into, because essentially that's the space of love. And we can appreciate the challenge, or we can desire to appreciate the challenge, even if we're not. Okay. Bottom of the deck for this little impromptu, just get the cards out. Wow, justice. Justice is that all is coming into balance. All is coming into balance, and it's already done. There's also a level of surrender involved in this justice card, because justice is about a third party calling the outcome, so to speak. It is about a kind of battle or a kind of war, but the judge is not us. It's inviting in life itself, the one, source, spirit, God, to bow to that energy, because that is what is in control. Or destiny and what is unfolding, the creator, the creator of all that is, of which you are a part, is calling the shots. But justice is saying it will be just. The beautiful message in this card, Major Arcana, it's a big deal, is that it is not up to you to make it right, any of it. There's nothing to make right. There is an argument, so to speak, or a battle or difficulty or challenge. There's this person has this thing to say or that to say. Again, internal, external and internal, because it's just this process of seeing. So this is kind of, again, like within the judicial system, the process of discovery. So I will reveal my cards. This is my hand. This is what I have to play. And on the other side, this is my hand. I reveal my cards. This is what I have to play. So this is the kind of experience. And it is maybe of this right and wrong. Again, There are silver linings. We can look at this situation and say, this is awful. This shouldn't be happening. This is awful. And yet there are really powerful, beautiful things emerging at the same time. It's really inviting us to step into this kind of place of balance and justice, right? The justice isn't about what is right and what is wrong. Justice is about holding things equally. This is about moving into a space of non-judgment, which in itself is a kind of loaded word. But what it means is we're able to hold two opposing things, maybe equally and peacefully. And this is the invitation. And this is what justice is unfolding. And this is what justice is decreed. And the message in this card is, it's all already done. We don't have to worry about it. Do not attempt to control anything. Just be present in your experience day to day and be part of its unfolding. I'm going to pull 3 cards down here, reveal them as we go. First card is Temperance. Very similar. Well, let's just get the others out. Second card is My Mother Time Matriarch, extra artwork for the Centennial Rider-Waite Tarot deck work. And third card is the Page of Wands. Very interesting. And then on the bottom of the deck now, a little bit of a shift, we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands represents, well, he feels like he's incoming. And he's saying this is a gift. And it's an emotional gift. It's a gift of feeling. It's that love is being gifted to us, re-gifted to us. This Temperance card is again about balance, but it's about balancing our emotions. I really feel it. It's really about transcending our ideas of what's right and what's wrong. And this is the path of least resistance. When chaos or uncertainty really is the driving force of what is happening, we are forced into purely intuitive decisions. And I feel like there are lots of people that would describe themselves as intuitive, but they do not live their lives in alignment with any intuitive choice. And this is the invitation to make the commitment to living a truly intuitive life, in that you live in alignment with your choices beyond ideas of right and wrong. And it really is about bringing all of those things together, that life flows from one cup to the other. And that, again, this is about springtime. Look at those lovely irises by the water and this incredible kind of volcano sunrise and the awakening, the enlightened angel with that third eye and that beautiful, the triangle on the chest. There are so many symbols and so much imagery in this Temperance card. Is extremely powerful. This is like the angel of the Lord appearing and bringing everything back into balance. But it's about you. It's about you coming into balance of your emotions beyond thought. It's a genuinely heart-centered life. Not from an idea of what a heart-centered life is, from an actual living of loving every single moment, which comes from not knowing. You cannot love when you know things. Extremely powerful. People have so many attachments. They have attachments to love. They have attachments to spirit. They have so many ideas of what, even that people get attached to non-attachment as an idea. It's not about the mind. It's not about what you think about anything. It doesn't matter what you think about anything right now. It's completely irrelevant. What matters is your experience, and what matters is love. And love is flow and ease. It's interesting because there isn't much here at all about any kind of challenge or difficulty. But I feel like that's because this temperance energy is here. It's about balance, and it's about flow, and it's about ease. And it's just saying it will be easy if you let it. If you let me, it is, here's the message. It's like the angel of the Lord appears. If you let me lead, if you allow love essentially to do its work, and you get out of the way, but you are present in its movement, there will be no challenge. The experience will be ease. Life is rebalancing itself. It knows how to balance itself. Do not worry. It's not up to you to control it, and it's not up to us to control it as a group in terms of humanity. It's just about seeing and flowing, feeling, actually. That's really what we're being invited into doing. This has been destined for a long time, and it is completely in alignment with the unfolding of the feminine lineage and the female story, the feminine lineage and story that has it's the return. And the feminine energy is represented by negativity, space, essentially, spaciousness. So that's why when we make room, when we don't have any ideas, we make room for everything. It happens kind of easily. It's about this rebirth or this birthing process. But the strong message from this card is that it's destined. It's always been destined. There's no problem here. There's no issue here. And the whole point is that there is a collective shift in perspective and perception. And I think this is kind of what's happening now. There may be some impatience in that. This is about visualization. This is about you deciding to create a life that as you want to live it, and being curious about what could be different. If it feels like it's taking too much time, this is the feeling that I get, is that it's done, but there's work to get to the done place. And that work, though, is that we first change our perspectives, then kind of get curious about where we might want to go from a space of, I don't know, right? From a space of uncertainty, which is actually clarity, because it's almost like there are no rules. From a place of no rules in terms of you as a creator of your own experience, not everybody else's experience, your experience. This is not about us telling other people how to be and what to do in any way, shape, or form. This is the biggest gift of what is happening right now collectively, in that we are being moved out of this is the right way to live. And these polarities that have been created, these tribes that have been created, and this segregation, this is the end of it if you choose it. It was ridiculous what was happening collectively, and the narratives, extremely dangerous to separate ourselves out into groups, losing our ability to connect to one another truly with these narratives of the self in these groups. That doesn't mean that we can't exist in groups and tribes, but it's this us and them mentality that is just ridiculous. And this is the biggest gift of what's happening now. When and how do you us and them? And it's even kind of getting triggered now. There's people that are following the rule. This is how you should adhere to the rules or not, blah, 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 whatever. Just notice and be aware of that. The invitation here is for you to truly find your own path, your own choice, your own passion, your own vision for your life. Not about focusing on other people's. So it's really interesting because this is how the collective awakens through the individual. It's a beautiful cathedral that is built brick by brick, that you are a brick. And you've just got to position yourself where you want to be. Do not worry about everybody else, because the creator, which is you, which is all, which is the one heart of which we are all a piece and part, that is in control, not your own very restricted perspective. All you need to look after is your perspective. Forget everybody else's, because you have a destined place as part of the one, all of us. All that matters is that you find that, not anybody else's. But the paradox in that is when you live and make choices in alignment with you doing that, you enable others to do the same. You encourage and show and inspire others to do the same. And then they will find their own part. And before you know it, we'll be living in this huge, glorious cathedral together. And humanity will be glorious and one, and yet separate and different. This is the unfolding. This Knight of Cups lets us know that this is a huge gift. And it's a gift of emotional experience, and it's a gift of love. And receive in this situation. Receive. How do we receive? We receive by opening our arms out and saying, and this energy of appreciation. To receive is to appreciate. To appreciate is to become aware of what we are living. That is a gift. And in that space, it will become more and more apparent what a gift every single second is, especially in these times, no matter how they show up. It's not about pretending things are good when they are not. That is not presence. It's about loving all and loving everything within us, every single perspective. And this is a destined, set occurrence. And it's not about us trying to control it. It's about us allowing presence to unfold it in an easy, glorious way. I'm going to pull us a card from the Rumi Oracle deck, Lana Fairchild, and then lead us into a meditation. So I'm just going to see how this unfolds. The Rumi Oracle card message for us is, wow. Number 19, Sacred Union. So I'm just going to plainly read this message and then go into a shortish meditation with a focus on opening out our hands to receive. First, the Rumi card, number 19, Sacred Union. And the poem is, only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world is momentary. Stupefied with bliss, I become without thought. There is no grief in that loss. I gladly surrender my intelligence in favor of this mindlessness. It is ecstasy, rapture. The sweetness of the union so sacred overwhelms my senses. The lover and the beloved are my world. Nothing else exists except this love. This unity of divine masculine and feminine, and the fresh new universe that shall be born from their sacred conjoining. It happens even now, between my body and my spirit, and in yours and in his over there, and that woman passing by. All creation is sacred, rapturous embrace, so shocking and wild, this frenzy of loving delight without limits. Let us be swept away, my beloved, in the passionate loving that renders duality into one and tips the mind into empty ecstasy. You lucky, lucky angel. You are to be blessed with sacred union. This union is of the lover and the beloved, the masculine and the feminine. That which appears to be opposite will no longer appear to be so. There is a coming together that is destined and divine. You are to be swept up in a wave of such love. This oracle comes to you as a portent, a sign of that which is to come, and also as a confirmation of your spiritual journey thus far. You have been working to integrate masculine and feminine energies within. Or perhaps you have not used those words, but you have been attempting to find the balance between living a surrendered life and leading from the heart, and then knowing when to take the initiative to set something in motion, when to put your body, mind, and soul into getting your shoulder behind something to push. You have been working hard to surrender attachment to plans and how you think things should go. Instead, you have intended to show it up for what it is, to seek out the genius of life through unconditional acceptance, instead of judging and fearing, resisting what is, as though it were a big mistake, perhaps caused by ignorance within. No, you do not seek to hide from love anymore. You have been learning, step by step, how to embrace it and allow it to embrace you. What a journey you are taking, beautiful, lucky angel. So your confirmation is thus: you are growing, you are evolving, you are making genuine shifts in consciousness that are allowing more to change the way you are in the world, to become freer, more loving, wilder, more divine. The divine has been seducing you with love and beauty. And now, in your surrendered state, you are seducing the divine. You are calling such passionate devotion to your cause, such clever and capable existence, such graceful intervention. The divine cannot resist your beauty. So keep going with that sacred surrender. Keep believing in the inner healing path you are traveling with such success. Accept the confirmation and acknowledgement close to your heart and keep traveling along the path of love. Keep this knowledge in your heart. You are meeting your beloved. What could be more exciting? The sign coming to you with this oracle is that of great love bestowed by the hand of grace. What this means is there is destiny at play in matters of the heart. There is heart healing and a letting go of past obstructions, sufferings, or misunderstandings. You could say, in a way, that the great cosmic matchmaker has taken up your cause. If you are already in a relationship, expect that there will be a healing of that relationship in whatever way needed. You may have no sense of how it is going to play out. It may result in a deepening of commitment to your lover, but it will certainly result in a deepening of your own commitment to love. If you are open to attracting a new and significant relationship into your life, perhaps a life partner, soul friend, or other supporter of your life journey, then the divine is hearing your call and is answering. Let go of your grip. Do not hold on to a particular person, to a particular fear or fantasy. Instead, open your arms as if expecting your lover to run straight into them. For what could be more perfect than the divinely sanctioned relationship entering your life? It will move you. It is likely through romance, but it could be through soul-satisfying partnership, the soul for whom you have been waiting so your life path and heart-inspired work can continue to develop. It could be through the presence of a child, or even a coming together of your own inner masculine and feminine, so that you finally have a clear sense of your purpose in life, and that means through which to take action on it, and the means through which to take action on it, even if that action is to surrender yet again. No matter what has been, what has succeeded, and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost, there is only one truth that will prevail in your life, without failure, without exception, and that is love. It is all you are truly seeking, and it is behind every life experience seeking you. Do not stand back from it. Do not put yourself aside, turn down your eyes, and pretend you cannot be seen by the world. Be bold. Claim the love that is your divine birthright, and know that sacred union is yours, destined in the heavens and blessed by the great beloved. Place one hand on your heart and the other outstretched before you, as if to place it on the heart of another. Through the grace of Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I call upon my true beloved now to be at one with my heart purpose. Through divine grace, our sacred union is now sanctioned and blessed. The love in my life swells to overflowing, and I do not try to contain it. I am satisfied to be washed away in bliss, and I serve the great beloved in this divine romance, offering my heart to the one great love through which all other love emanates. I am love. I am united. Heaven and earth conjoined in passionate devotion to the great beloved. Love fills my life in all the ways I need, and I am graced by divine blessings so rich. Thank you. So be it. Place both hands on your heart. And now to move into the meditation with your hands placed on your heart. Eyes rested, they can be open or closed. Matters not. Breathing deeply, as though you are breathing right down into the base of your spine with every breath in and out again, out into the space around you. You breathe in love. You breathe out love. You breathe in love. You breathe out love. Just rest in the experience of love. No stories, no need, no desire, nothing but fullness. Every in-breath makes you full. Every out-breath makes you full. Every in-breath is love. Every out-breath is love. For the next few minutes, continue to breathe in and out. The words on the in-breath are, I receive love. The words on the out-breath are, I give love. On the in-breath, the words are, I receive love. On the out-breath, the words are, I give love. Continue to breathe deeply in and out, gently, easily, peacefully. On the in-breath, I receive love. On the out-breath, I give love. Continue for a few minutes. On the in-breath, I receive love. On the out-breath, I give love. On the in-breath, I receive love. On the out-breath, I give love. On the in-breath, I receive love. On the out-breath, I give love. Now, begin to notice the space at the end of the in-breath. I receive love. Before the out-breath, the space, and then I give love. Before the in-breath, the space, then I receive love. Focus your attention on the space between the breaths upon which love flows. On the in-breath, I receive love. On the out-breath, I give love. Notice the space. Before the in-breath, I receive love. Notice the space before the out-breath. I give love. Carry on for a few moments. Now, in that space between the breath upon which love flows, become aware of the words, I am love. I receive love. I am love. I give love. I am love. I receive love. I am love. I give love. I am love. I receive love. On the in-breath, I am love. I give love. On the out-breath, I am love. Carry on for a few moments. Take off all of the words and just breathe. Notice anything that comes into your awareness or experience. My voice, a thought, a sound, a noise in the background. Sensation in your body. Become very, very sensitive to your experience in your body. Continuing to breathe in and out. Deeply appreciate and notice your ability to experience. Your senses are powerful. Your experience is transformative. Your conscious awareness transforms. Every moment is. Every moment is. Every moment is. Continue to welcome all. Open your palms out. Rest them somewhere. I am ready to receive. I am ready to receive. I am ready to receive. I am ready to receive all that is. Continue to breathe. Sit peacefully and quietly. Allow all that life has to bestow upon you to make itself available to you. All that is one with you. Keep breathing deeply, present, receptive, free. Float in your own grace. Stay here for as long as you feel. The words are thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Repeat this for as long as feels good. Thank you.